our fans, our state, just have unrivaled passion for LSU.
We just respect the past and embrace the future.
Welcome back, everybody, to another week of Inside LSU Basketball presented by Community Coffee. Once again on this week's show, we'll catch up with Will Wade, get the latest on LSU men's basketball, have a sit-down visit with Alexis Morris from LSU women's basketball, and another sneak peek on the gold standard. That and much more coming up on Inside LSU Basketball, presented by Community Coffee.
Inside LSU Basketball, presented by Community Coffee, is brought to you each week by the 8 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Planet Fitness, official gym partner of the LSU Tigers. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers. This segment of Inside LSU Basketball brought to you each week by Bud Light.
Murray hits both. 68-64, a 4-point lead with 12 seconds. This one. Gaines going to be fouled in the backcourt by Radford. He's done. He'll have a seat. He's fouled out of the game. Tigers win. Tigers win. They defeat Texas A&M by a final of 70-64.
Fans, welcome back to the show. Joined with head coach Will Wade. And coach, you desperately needed a win. It was great to be back home, but a pretty good Texas A&M team coming in, and you kind of felt like it was going to be a physical contest. The grittier team would get the win, and that's basically how it turned out.
Well, it was two gritty, tough teams. I thought both teams played extremely hard. Maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing game you've ever seen, but I thought both teams just dug in and played really hard. Luckily, we were able to make a couple more plays at the end. And like you said, it was great to be in the PMAC. We had a long week on the road. We wanted to redeem ourselves for how poorly we played in the Arkansas game. Thought the crowd was unbelievable, willed us down the stretch. The student turnout was as good as we've had, I think, since we've been here. They had to put the students on the other side. There were so many of them that came, and so it was just a tremendous night. It was a huge win for us. We've been leaking some oil in the car, and we need to get back going. And I thought it was a really big step for us, and I was really proud of the guys who played. Eric Gaines stepped up and did some huge things for us. It made some big-time plays. Obviously, Sharif O'Neal, in his first extended minutes since February, really hits a huge three. And then what can you say about Brandon Murray? Just tremendous. He just willed us and just so tough and makes winning plays. And so just really proud of our guys. It was a total team effort and a game that, as a home game, we really needed that and had to win. You don't want to call it a must-win this early in the season, but very important game.
You mentioned Brandon Murray, a season-high 21 points, and he's been great since arriving here. But really, when you take a look at the last 4 games, obviously you're without some of your top scorers, and he's kind of realized, hey, I'm doing all the other stuff that I do, but I'm going to have to pick up some of the slack, and his scoring is increasing as each game goes along.
That's what he's known for. That's what we brought him here to do, and obviously the toughness and the defense are things that he's also elite in. But he was the leading scorer in prep school in the entire country last year. It's just like signing Cam Thomas, who was the leading scorer in high school in the entire country. So, he's been a scorer all his life. He's been able to find ways to score, been able to find ways to make things happen. I think, as I said, crisis and opportunity, that's the same word in Chinese. So, with this situation we've had, we've been able to find another score, that we wouldn't have been able to have maybe if we'd have had everything like it had been and everybody had stayed healthy. And so when we get back, we're going to be even better. We're going to have Murray as a dangerous scorer. We'll have Days as a dangerous scorer. You got Penson, who's a dangerous scorer. Obviously, we've got Tari Eason, and then so you just have more. We have more pieces and more guys that you're going to have to account for on the court. And Brandon Murray's just been tremendous for us on both ends.
Well, you get the win 70-64, as you said, a much-needed win. Now you get the opportunity, and as they have the last couple of years, to participate in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. You got to go on the road. You take on a TCU team. And I know the first thing you said, these guys can rebound. We're going to have a battle on the boards.
Another physical game, just like A&M, just how physical they are. Look, it was an honor to be in the Big 12 Challenge. Our first 2 years here, we weren't even good enough to play in the thing. We were playing on the SEC network, against another one of the bottom teams in the SEC on this day. And so the SEC Big 12 Challenge, just a tremendous showcase for the SEC and the Big 12. It really is a springboard into the NCAA tournament. You get to play on the big time ESPN, ESPN2. The Big Time Family of Network. So it's just a tremendous opportunity for our program. It continues that we're just in this situation. It continues to show the growth of our program and where we're heading in the future.
Well, again, after one game at home, the Tigers back out on the road. They head to Fort Worth to take on TCU. Let's take a look at some of the highlights for LSU basketball.
Eason gets to the free throw line, back to the basket, hands it off to Days. 5 on the shot clock. Days with a drop step, and an 8-footer is good. Now a steal by Reed at midcourt. Throws it down to Eason. Eason will make the dunk, and he will draw the foul. Here's Eason. 15-footer left of the free throw line is good, and Tari Eason picks up his 4th point. Big-time shot, mid-range jumper. Here's Murray. Pull-up jumper from 12, going to be left short. Rebound in the lane by Days. Goes up strong, gets it to fall. Darius Days getting his shots in and around the rim so far this morning. Murray steps in the lane, out to Wilkinson. 3-ball, good! Mwani Wilkinson with the big 3, and the Tigers have the lead. Working left baseline, muscles his way, puts up an 8-footer, won't go, got his own miss. Put the ball on the floor, it was deflected, but picked up by Wilkinson. He'll give it out to Gaines, and Gaines with a huge 3-pointer. Quick pass to Murray, rises and shoots with the 3, and Brandon Murray dials it up. Tigers take the lead once again, 25-23. Now to Eason. Eason, left-hand drive, goes in. Finger roll is there. He drove Micah Peavy all the way to the rim. Gaines, crossover. Driving baseline, off the glass and in. Rebound fought for Reed again. Another offensive rebound. Whips a pass from Gaines, wide open to Eason. He'll slam it down. And it's 59-56. Great effort by LSU for the offensive rebounds and getting the points eventually. Eason working, backpedaling, dribbling in the lane, double teamed. Gets it out to Murray. Pass to Days. Catch and shoot 3. Yes! Big time 3 for Darius Days. Spins down on the right of the free throw line. Backs it up. Gaines takes it away. Eric Gaines driving. One-handed jam. Hey now.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Basketball after the break.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
Mommy, guess what? We're rich.
Hi, that's fake, mi amor. Ice cream?
Yeah!
Okay. Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
We get it. It feels like everything has changed. Masking up, changing demands at work, fewer gatherings. But one thing hasn't changed. Our commitment to your health. It's why Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group keeps finding better ways to serve you. Video visits with one of our providers, online scheduling, weekend hours, and nearly 100 locations where providers know your medical history. Our Lady of the Lake Physician Group, providing you with the best care where and when you need it.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, The world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Basketball brought to you each week by Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health, one of Louisiana's largest pediatric healthcare networks.
Welcome back to Inside LSU Basketball, where I'm joined now by guard Alexis Morris. Now, for those who don't know, you had one of the most incredible journeys in college basketball that has now landed you back with a coach that you've known since middle school. At what moment did it hit you that this coach, this staff, and this team was exactly where you not only wanted to be, but where you needed to be?
I would say after my freshman year, after me and Kim went separate ways, I would say I knew immediately I needed to play for her. Just when I went to Rutgers, there was the team structure and the organization wasn't what I needed for myself personally, and that's what made me appreciate the Baylor staff and what I had previously had at Baylor. Just discipline and structure and organization and, you know, being on time and having a plan for everything. I feel like that's when I realized I needed to be back with Coach Moki and her staff. Just how she do things and run things she simplifies everything for you. She simplifies the game. So that's when I knew life lessons.
All right, so you get the opportunity to share the court with some other amazing guards in Caleb Pointer, Jalen Cherry, Ryan Payne, even Tamia Ware. Every now and then she gets thrown in the mix. So how has that helped elevate your game?
I mean, I'm playing with KP, SEC preseason player of the year. I'm playing with Cherry. I feel like Cherry should be on the defensive player of the year. I mean, she's the head of the snake on the defensive end. If you ask me, she guards the point guards, and everybody knows if you can shut down a point guard, you pretty much can shut down a team. So as far as Ryan go, Ryan's solid. Like, I love Ryan's game. We're both pretty much automatic from the mid-range. You know, we hardly ever miss. And Tamia Ware, she's young, a very exciting player. I know y'all haven't seen much of her, but I can't wait until she come out of her shell and start showing y'all. She's a true baller, man. She's a true baller. But yeah, I love playing with these players, that we all make each other better. And you ask me, we're the best guards in the SEC.
So you say you were automatic from the mid-range. You've proven that so far by scoring double digits in 18 of 20 games this year. So that means every game this season, except for 2, you've scored at least 10 or more points. So what has helped you stay that consistent throughout this season?
I put the time in, I put the extra work in before and after practice, late nights. They call me late night Lex around here because I'm always in the gym, you know, midnight. But mainly just focusing on the team. I really don't just focus on my individual performances because I'd rather have like 8 points in a dub, a win, than like 30 points in a loss. So I just feel like, you know, I put the team first, and I don't know if many of you know, but I'm still trying to find my rhythm. I really haven't played live full basketball since my freshman year. So, you know, I'm really just trying to find a rhythm and find some consistency. And, you know, if that comes with me scoring double digits, and out of 18, out of 20 games, I mean, you know, it's very rewarding. You know? So I'm staying hungry and staying hungry.
Okay, now, fun fact for all the folks at home, me and Alexis Morris are actually from the same hometown, Beaumont, Texas.
409.
North End to be exact. So, like, what does it feel like to, you know, be from that environment, be from that community, and, you know, develop your skills enough to shine on a stage like this and represent for everybody back home?
Man, like, you will be amazed at how many DMs and how many people from my hometown support me and reach out to me and just tell me like how proud they are of me. And I feel like that's it keeps me going. Like it gives me fuel, and every day it gives me a reason to just keep going hard so that I can show the people in my environment back home where I come from, North End of Beaumont, that you can do it too. To be an inspiration. You don't have to be a product of your environment. Just because of where you grow up doesn't mean that's who you have to be. Or you don't have to indulge in certain activities because you grew up in poverty or you're growing up in a bad area. So it's like I feel I'm honored and I'm very happy that I could be the one to show little kids that come from, bad neighborhoods or growing up poorly that you can do it. Like, put your mind to it. Always have your own mind. Don't be a follower, and just do it. You can do it. So I just feel like it's very honoring, man. And I get emotional because it's like that's why I wear number 45. I grew up on the 4500 block of North End of Beaumont. Can't give y'all the exact address, but I grew up in the 4500 block, and it was tough growing up. I used to play barefoot on the pavement, with a lot of my friends. That's how I got good.
Well, we're glad you got good. You show it night in and night out on the court. You're definitely making everybody back home proud. So I appreciate you coming, spending some time with us. Now you got to get to practice. You got to be on Coach Mulkey time, so you can't be late. That's 15 minutes early at least.
15 minutes early.
So I appreciate you coming to see us.
I appreciate you, Sheldon. Appreciate you, baby.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Basketball after the break.
Taking a chance. Family. Like birds of a feather. Family. Kick off your shoes and dance. Hey.
Some traditions just keep getting better and better. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL and America's best-selling trucks 44 years and counting.
Now is the time for new beginnings. For holding each other's hands. For encouraging each other. And for working together. At Women's, our mission is to improve the health of all women and infants. So today, we're focused on new ways to care for you and keep you safe. Because seeing you healthy and strong is important to us.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem? Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
LSU Tigers fans, show your pride with real Tigers gear from the official online store, lsushop.net. You'll find everything a Tigers fan needs, including jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection of over 4,100 products, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Tigers pride, there's only one place real Tigers fans go, lsushop.net.
This segment of Inside LSU Basketball is brought to you each week by lsushop.net. For the latest in sideline apparel, gifts, and all things LSU Tigers, go to lsushop.net.
Back on the show, happy to have you once again, and I invite you once again, if you have not taken in the YouTube sensation, which is known as the gold standard, behind the scenes with LSU basketball. It's footage you won't find anywhere else, and the very latest just popped up on the YouTube. And it's really a spotlight on Sharif O'Neal, the young man who's battled injury, had to get back out on the floor, missed since last February, but he's just now returned to the team and already making an impact.
on the way to Gainesville, man. Yes, sir. Back to the city.
Unbreakable spirit. Unbreakable spirit. The more difficult the circumstances, the better we work. From the jump. From the jump. We want to create separation. We got to do it. They're not going to give it to us. It's going to be tough sled. It's going to be tough sled. It's going to be difficult. That's what we're built for. That's what we're built for. 40 minutes.
But Darius Hayes takes the open tip and takes it to the hoop. Left side, Hayes kicks it, shoot three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Hayes with two. 28-footer off the glass and in. Oh, man! Pass into the corner. Wilkinson's three. Good. It's away in midcourt. He'll go in. He'll jam it down. Goes in. Got Bowman. Castleton. No whistle, but nice touch. Days. Breaking against Jones. Baseline. Jumper. Man! Right-handed jump shot from the left side. Right here. It's the baseline. Quick pull-up jumper. Good! Beautiful shot. It's underneath the fudge. Two-hand jam it down. Striving to the basket. Beautiful move by Brandon Murray. Haynes got a step. Goes in. Up and under. Right to left. Lays it in. Hell yeah!
Yeah, it is something I think about. You know, I feel like a lot of people grew up watching my dad and they see his son playing the same sport that he dominated in. So, you know, people are going to have their comparisons, but, you know, it doesn't really bother me that people compare me to him because he's a legend. And I said this yesterday to somebody. I was like, there's only going to be one Shaq can compare anybody to him in the world. It's only going to be one Shaq. So, I mean, people are going to compare us, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job of carving out my own name. You know, we have a pretty different game, and something that my dad did when we were young, he told us that basketball was going to be a whole different game. He was going to say people that are his size are going to be playing like guards. He said that when I was in middle school. Me and my brother didn't know what he was talking about, but look at the game now, and he was right. So he put us with other trainers and other people, and he worked us out, but he would always work us out like not how he worked out, not as a postman, as like a guard. So he was like, y'all gonna be different from me. Y'all can shoot. You guys can dribble. He's like, me, I was just a power man. I dunk, but you guys won't be able to do that. You guys have to be able to do all this. So, you know, I feel like that's the way I've been carving my own name. People are like, oh, he can shoot, he can dribble, he plays like a guard, and he doesn't play the back down, post up, dunk on somebody game like his dad. So I feel like that's the best way I've carved out my own name. You know, coming out of high school, I was a number one player in California. Going to UCLA, you know, I would say about 2 months before the season, I had to get a physical, and they found a life-threatening heart problem that I had to get surgery for, and it's crazy how it happened. I never really told a lot of people how this happened, but when I was 5, I had a minor heart problem that it got looked at, and they fixed it. It was told it was done. So, you know, all those years I never got my heart checked because me and my whole family thought that problem was over. And then when I got to UCLA, the trainer, Shane, he saw that on my medical records, and he's like, why are you in the hospital? And I was like, oh, it's nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to brush it off, and then he was like, you have to wear this heart monitor that we're just going to check. And I kind of got upset. I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. I've been playing, I'm fine. And he told me, he's like, if you don't wear it, I'm not going to clear you. So I wore it for 5 days, did 5 practices in the 5 days, and then I guess they found something when I had it on that I never knew, my family never knew that I had. So, you know, I had to sit out a year. It was about a 1.5 year recovery. Couldn't play basketball, and, you know, that's when I thought basketball was going to be taken away. You know, that was a stressful time mentally and physically. It was a lot of pain I went through, and, you know, I'm glad I'm able to play again. You know, that's probably the biggest thing with basketball. Now I'm just blessed to be able to go on the court, tie my shoes, and even be able to play. So, you know, I'm happy, and I give it 100% every time I get on the floor.
Stay tuned for more Inside LSU Basketball after the break.
We're Dudley DeBosier. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we love being back here on campus.
It's where we began our journey as lawyers.
And it keeps us connected to the community we pledged to serve.
This place has made a difference in so many lives across the state.
And it inspires us to do the same.
We're a law firm that cares about this community.
And that's the Dudley DeBosier difference.
Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Mommy, guess what? We're rich.
Hi, that's fake, mi amor. Ice cream?
Yeah!
Okay.
Protect your connected devices with advanced security included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you pre-chill the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method?
Brings out the citrus notes.
Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
As humankind faces its most critical challenges yet, the world demands leaders, and LSU is taking up the charge. The research we do here goes everywhere to protect communities threatened by climate change, so you can live your life with fewer worries about tomorrow. We're formulating a better way for everyone, because at LSU, our calling is humanity.
When you support, she soars. When you donate, he delivers. When you provide, they prevail. Since 1987, TAF members have lifted the minds, bodies, and spirits of LSU student athletes, making sure they have what they need to succeed in competition, the classroom, and in life. When you give, they go.
This segment of Inside LSU Basketball brought to you each week by Community Coffee, the official coffee of LSU Athletics.
Well, they say time flies when you're having fun, and we're at the end of another show. We thank you for joining us, and again, want to remind you a chance to catch your Tigers on the floor. Coming up on Tuesday, they'll host Ole Miss in an SEC tilt before heading back out on the road in conference play to Music City to take on Vanderbilt on Saturday. So for our entire crew, this is Chris Blair saying so long, everybody, and go Tigers.